Checkmate in Group D as Scotland chickened by halfway line goal. Elsewhere it's Christmas in Cardiff as Wales serve up a cooked turkey. England get revenge against Croatia and we all hope Christian Eriksen is doing okay. It's false 90s at the Euros. With me today we've got Andy, Garry and Kyle. How are you doing tonight?
Alright. Good mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. But we'll start at Hampden Park with Scotland 0, Czech Republic 2. Scotland's first game in a major tournament for 23 years. And it's just a meme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Agonising. Especially if anyone was in the group, the Czechs were the team to beat. And we've failed at doing that. So, it's an uphill battle, but
yeah,
I think.
Go on.
Sorry, on you go.
I was going to say, there's 2 goals from Patrick Schick, one from the halfway line.
I don't think David Marshall did himself in glory there, but I mean, what can you really do at the end of it?
Not be on the halfway line.
Everyone's going to talk about Marshall's mistake and not Schick's goal, which is good for us because Schick's goal wasn't quite as good as Yarmolenko's goal in the Ukraine game. Because I think a thunder blaster of a goal is way better than like a long shot.
Yeah.
And that's fact.
It's still not an easy goal for him though. Even though Marshall's out,
it's luck. If the keeper's out, you just ping it. But hitting those absolute thunder boys are just.
To be fair to the boy, he's put it very. It's a very good shot.
Did you see the curve? Did you see the curve on that ball? That was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was stunning.
It was the wind.
Ah, yeah, right, okay.
Right, I like Scotland that much, but I don't think I like them that much. You know what I mean?
But Scotland won the game on XG.
That's all that matters. See, we're going to cash in our banked XG for the England game.
Yeah, loads of chances created, but all of them mainly falling to Lyndon Dykes, who can't finish his dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the story of the game, isn't it? It was just cross chance after chance, Robertson working his absolute heart out, and then nothing came of it.
And Stephen O'Donnell doing his best impression of a Sunday League football.
Playing with teammates, it's not exactly the best way to get off an international tournament, is it?
He looked like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid there.
Literally 2 minutes into the game, ball comes across the room, miscontrols it, goes out for a throw. For fuck's sake. It's Scotland at an international tournament. What do you expect?
Don't get me wrong, it's not over, but that was probably the game where Scotland had to win if they had any chance of getting that third place, or maybe even second. But
now we're left with
Croatia and England.
Look, let's hope the Czechs give the Croats a bunch of injuries and that they can bottom the group now.
I really don't see us getting out of anything. If we can't take anything off England, I think it's going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, to get out of the group stages.
Think of it this way. Back in 2016, there were 2 teams who went through on 3 points. Portugal, who went on to win the whole thing, they had 3 draws. And then Northern Ireland, who lost 2 games and won 1. And they went through as well as one of the best third place teams. So it's not impossible. Just kind of have to keep the goal difference.
Who's just Scotland are getting 3? We can absolutely still get the 6. We've got 2 games to play.
Against one of the 2 hardest teams in the group.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think the Czechs were they're the dark horses. You see, they were the ones to watch, not the England or Croatia. It's the Czechs are the problem.
Yeah,
toughest game first. I'm joking.
No, the problem is we gave so many set pieces away. We know they're absolute units in the air, and
yeah, they're about 7 foot each.
Yeah, and Scotland are traditionally a smaller team than. Well, they're not exactly giant themselves, so if you give away set pieces, you know what's going to happen. And
literally, I think
there you go.
I think the commentary was saying, "Oh yeah, the Czech Republic have scored loads of goals from set pieces," and then Scotland kept giving away set pieces.
It was that first goal came from 4 Czech set pieces in a row. So we put the ball out for 3 corners in a row, and then conceded a free kick, and they scored. Yeah. And it's like Marshall was absolutely screaming. It was Hendry. He was screaming at him because Hendry just kept booting it out under pressure. Or miscontrolling it.
Hendry was at fault for the second goal as well. He's fucking shooting from 40 yards.
Yeah, I think hoping Tierney comes back in is the ultimate blessing if Tierney's to come back into the squad.
Although I think Cooper did a good job.
Cooper was right. Hanley was the best of the back 3. He somehow, I didn't know this, but Grant Hanley's absolutely rapid, apparently.
Oh, he's an absolute pace merchant. Yeah, it's so fast.
Yeah, I did
I was
not. I
impressed with
thought he'd be slow as fuck, and I saw that. I can't remember. Can't remember.
He covered. He ran from their box to our box in about 6 seconds. I think he might have had the Russian FA on the line there before the match, giving him some of that juice. And Golovkin was on at the World Cup.
Yeah, so the other match in Scotland's group in Group D was a 1-0 win for England over Croatia, which was a good result for England. Obviously, puts away their World Cup demons against Croatia, who aren't a bad side at all. I think they've had a couple of poor results recently, but they've still got some really good players.
I was very impressed with the first 20 minutes for England. They came at the blocks quite quick. Obviously, Phil Foden had that chance, which
it dropped off. Yeah,
but very impressed with the first 20 minutes, and then went back to classic England where he just slowed the game down. Honestly, I shouted at the telly how frustrating it was to watch because it was just so slow.
It's very boring to watch from a neutral point of view.
Yeah, but the first 20 minutes where England were.
I thought
England put that for 90.
So much more.
Yeah, he could have scored like 2 or 3 at least in the first 20 minutes. The Croatia didn't have an answer at all for anything.
Yeah, Croatia, I don't recall any chance for Croatia at all. Which
there was one where Pickford made the save that looked like he was going to dip in. Pickford had a fingertip save to it. That was the only chance really. That was a bit, but it looked pretty comfortable for him, to be fair. But it's not really anything. They didn't really have much, but England were on top anyway for most of the game.
And Calvin Phillips had a good game in midfield.
He was brilliant. Yeah, he was brilliant.
I just thought
I was quite surprised actually.
Halfway through the Austria-Netherlands game as well.
Yeah. Nah, he had a good game. Yeah, do you start him against Scotland? Probably after that last game. Also, I do want to see Grealish back in though.
I think Grealish would be a good addition. Yeah, but definitely because he's definitely a bit more exciting. I think
I'll keep Sterling on as well though.
Yeah, definitely keep Sterling on.
Yeah. I'm not being impressed with Sterling at all in an England top.
He scored the winning goal.
I know, but I thought he was quite bad
for
the game.
What I rate is the absolute balls of the BBC interviewer who said, "Have you justified your selection today?" And he just went, "Yeah."
Yeah, I picked him.
He literally scored the winning goal. I don't get why.
He did score the winning goal, yeah, but I did say before he was terrible. I thought he was not that great.
I mean, I was impressed with him at City, but I mean, for the national team, I thought he was very good there, and I think he put a lot of demons behind him. I don't think he's had a great season with Pep, but
I've not really been impressed at like fully with Sterling in an England top. I'm not impressed with him. But obviously that game, yeah, he could get the winning goal. But at the start, I thought he started really not great.
Do you see him in a different position for England, or do you see him in a different role, or do you think he just needs to work harder? What he's at?
I think he needs to work harder. I think. Don't get wrong, he could beat a man, but then most of the time he tries to beat a man and just loses possession.
Set us up.
For that amount of money, however, like on Transfermarkt, right? His price is over 100 million. For that, you should be able to beat a man. Especially from Croatia. No offence to the Croatians.
I don't know. I think Croatia have a good side. I think just England has got too many better players than them.
But for Raheem Sterling's hype,
exactly.
But I've not been.
No, he's very hyped up, and I think he does match. He's matched up to it over the years, but I don't know. It's just this past year he's been a bit off. I think. But I do think he's
been in and out his club side though. He's not been getting the game time he's been used to. Like this season, Mahrez has been starting on that wing more. I think Sterling, when he played with Sané, was more of a mainstay in the squad, but he prefers Bernardo Silva and Mahrez this season.
Especially with Phil Foden coming through at Man City, like it's getting even more difficult for him to get into a starting place in that City squad. I think he's well. He's playing for City. I think he's been playing as a false nine, which doesn't really suit him.
No, exactly. I mean, there was a couple times in Europe he was having to start as a lone striker, which is sort of really out his depth. And then Pep would get very upset when the performance wasn't as he liked. But he was playing somebody out of position, so don't know what you expect.
We've done Scotland, we've done England, but we're going to move on to Wales now, the other home nation, and they're pretty much almost booked their way through to the next round. A 1-1 draw with Switzerland was followed up with a 2-0 win over Turkey. I think the game last night against Turkey, I think that was probably one of the games of the tournament so far.
It's definitely been my favourite so far, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, Wales. I would not have predicted Wales to have such a fantastic run so far, and they can only be put down to Bale, really, and his outstanding pass last night. It was an outstanding pass.
See, I think with the Wales are a special case, right? They've overperformed at the last two competitions they've had purely because players have stepped up, and I think Scotland almost underperformed because the players don't step up. But then there's been countries like Italy who suffered the same fate. Their players weren't stepping up, but they revitalised that with Mancini, who's the manager. But I wouldn't cause the case for Wales saying the managers improved them, because I think they were going to do this well no matter who was in charge. Because I feel like Bale's almost probably picking the lineup.
Yeah, I think there's a problem in terms of the Wales manager, because obviously it's meant to be Ryan Giggs. He's under trial for...
In jail.
he's going to go on trial for battering someone.
His missus.
Yeah, so... I don't even know. I think it's Rob Page, I think, was the under-21 assistant, and now he's in charge of Wales. And it doesn't really matter who's in charge of Wales. That's a really tight-knit squad that they've got. They've got two probably world-class players in
I mean, it's the same squad as it was for 2016, pretty much,
It's not changed much.
Yeah.
Minus the Cruyff turn himself, Hal Robson-Kanu.
But they've got some younger players, and they've got Dan James, and they've got Joe Rodon, who has an excellent game last night as well.
Joe Rodon, does he have a podcast?
Joe Rodon podcast always pocketed Barack Yilmaz.
I thought Dan James was fantastic though, because I think he's just a sprinter and he has a football occasionally. You know what I mean? I think I don't know about you, but do you think that was a foul on him? Because there's definitely a shoulder barge, but I mean shoulder to shoulder contact.
No, I think when you're playing international football, there's always these tougher challenges that go in, and the refs always tend to allow it. I mean, if you just look at the 2010 World Cup, there was some proper leg breakers in every single match, and they seem to go fairly unchecked.
They don't want to be seen giving out too many cards. Usually, the refs in these big games.
Exactly. You don't see too many cards at World Cups.
About the referees, and that they've really let the game flow in pretty much every game so far.
There's been no stoppages. VAR's been much better.
Yeah,
I think it's been well done. Yeah, I mean,
the thing
it's
is
definitely
with VAR in this tournament is that they've got 3 VAR people instead of the normal 2.
And they're not ordering Deliveroo the whole time.
Yeah, so they've got a main VAR, a assistant VAR, and they've also got a VAR person especially for offsides, I think, which has really helped the game kind of flow in terms of that, because you're watching the Premier League games, they're taking about 6 minutes to decide if it's offside or not, whereas I think in the France-Germany game, see if Mbappe was offside for that Benzema goal, took about a minute, which is much quicker.
Yeah. If they've got someone that's specially designed to these roles, I think it would definitely... Well, it has sped up, obviously, compared to the Premier League, but having someone that's specially designed for offsides, that's probably the biggest factor of what is that? Probably most decisions are on offside for goals and stuff.
Yeah,
apart from fouls.
I'd say most of it's on offside, yeah.
So it's probably the most important thing to cover, and they've got if they're going to start with a specialist, why not do it on offside? So yeah, I think that's a great move.
Yeah, offsides are what causes the most controversy. Because if you get usually the decisions with red card, tackles, and trips in the box for a penalty, they're usually fairly clear cut once VAR has been used, right?
So offside is the problem.
But it's offside is so they don't always get the angles right, and it seems to be quite inconsistent.
It still is, even though they've got that special. I mean, the Premier League, it's been awful with the inconsistency with offsides. Because what was it? Someone's pointing to go. Who was it? It was pointing where they wanted the ball, and that made them offside.
That was Ronaldo. Was it not when he got mad and they were like, "Oh, well, we're not passing because you're offside" or whatever?
Yeah, I think it was that. But yeah, I think the standard of officials has been overall a lot better in the Euros so far. I think they've been pretty classed overall. It's been very flowing, yeah.
It's been brilliant, yeah. I think the standard of refereeing. And I think with VAR as well, it's worked pretty well in the World Cup in 2018. It's worked well in the Euros. They just can't seem to get it right in the national leagues.
You think it's a lack of money?
In the Premier League, no.
Well, not in the Premier League. I mean, across other leagues. Because I mean, in the Premier League, obviously they've got enough money from TVRs, but then you've got UEFA.
But then
doing it.
VAR is still bad. In
Yeah, exactly.
VR seems to always perform better in the tournaments than in the league, though. So
I don't know. Do you think it's because there's more pressure on? Because it's national teams. It's a bigger
I think
audience.
I think the fans are more aggressive in the Premier League to a wrong decision. Honestly,
yeah.
But tournaments that the refereeing standards is set by UEFA for this case or FIFA, who have almost a different view of the game than the Premier League officials do themselves.
I think it's as well as they're picking the best referee.
It's the best of the best,
the
exactly.
best referee in these international tournaments, whereas the Premier League got people like Mike Dean.
Everybody was raging when they found out it was an Ethiopian guy ref in the 2018 World Cup final. They were like, "Oh, they don't play football in Ethiopia. Where's Mark Clattenburg?" Yada yada yada, and it's just a ridiculous view. He was an award-winning referee. You absolutely won that. He had pretty much the Ballon d'Or for refs. Why would you not want a high standard official in your match just because he comes from a league that's not a top league?
You just want the best referees. That's all it is.
Exactly.
I just wanted to look at the Euros as a whole. We've had every team's played at least one game. We've got a couple of teams who have played 2 games now. Which teams have impressed you? Which teams have let you down?
I've been very impressed by North Macedonia. But obviously, what was it? The player 20 years ago made their debut and now scored the winning goal. Who was that?
Yeah, but
it wasn't a winning goal, but it was a goal.
It was a goal. Yeah, sorry.
He scored against.
They've scored two more goals than Scotland have. So
that's not really an achievement, is it?
I mean, for a team expected to finish as the worst team ever in the Euros, they were touted 24th of all 24 teams. They were touted to be, nobody have a fantasy player from North Macedonia team. For them to score 2 goals and actually be in both the games they played in is fantastic, I think.
Yeah, I think
they're just taking the mindset of going, we're here and we're not here just to compete, which I think is a good way to.
We're here to cause trouble, trouble for the opposition, not trouble as in battering fans and stuff. That's England's job.
Throwing plastic chairs at people. But in terms of who's disappointed, I think I have to kind of say Poland.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd say one of my teams that I had in the sweepstake, Turkey. They've disappointed.
The bookies selling people, Turkey will win it and Burak Yilmaz will top score. They've made millions off that. Many people.
What bookies are you going
Dark Horse, yeah.
Oh, so many bookies were begging Turkey as a dark horse, like Ladbrokes and everything were like.
Yeah, dark horse, but Turkey didn't win it.
But Burak Yilmaz was apparently up there for finishing high up the scoring charts, and that's obviously not gone to fruition.
Yeah, well, I think I was the first person to have lost a team. Well, that wasn't really surprising, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the teams that you got, yeah. But,
I was very disappointed with Turkey. Yeah, I had them to do hopefully okay. They were probably one of my best teams that I had in the sweepstake. But no, they've been very disappointing, and obviously so is Scotland as well.
The thing is with Turkey is that
better.
Turkey seem to be playing counter-attack. They seem to sit deep because they've got a good defence, and they seem to be playing a counter-attack with Burak Yilmaz, who's what, 35, 36?
38.
He has no pace.
38.
He has no pace.
So he's not going to have any pace on the break, and that's why Turkey are just...
To be fair, has the Turkey team ever had pace up top?
No,
never know them for being
2002 World Cup. They had quite a pacey squad.
Right. Come on, I was 1 year old.
The only pacey Turkey player that I can properly remember is Nadir Çiftçi when he was at United and Celtic, and that's putting it back a bit now, isn't it?
Nadir Çiftçi.
Yeah, so that's what let them down against Wales.
Yeah. I thought they were very physical against Wales. I think they were just finding the play as soon as they're on the break, commit an easy foul, and then move on.
Yeah, they had chances, to be fair, the Turks.
Yeah.
But it's just the pace let them down. There was a counter attack, and Wales just got back because just didn't have any pace at all.
Yeah, although two of your other teams go, Finland and Russia, they've both got wins.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Well, Finland have been good. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we watched a bit of Finland because of Kamara, and he's had a decent tournament so far.
Or as the commentators say, Chimera.
No, it's Kamara.
Camera.
Joke. Absolute joke. But anyway.
I've been impressed by Sweden and especially Lindelof. He was fantastic.
Bruno Fernandes.
No, I think they're very good for Sweden.
I refuse to accept that's how you pronounce them.
It's definitely not.
Yeah.
It's the BBC. It's like what Marcus said. Like, British folk are terrible for like pronunciations. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle enough with them again.
But Sweden, they held Spain to a 0-0 draw, and I think that game was a bit.
It was a bit of a dire affair, that one.
Yeah, it was a dire.
I think I was falling asleep by the middle of
People were. I put too much faith in Spain. I thought they'd absolutely steamroll them. I think I had my predictions about 4-0 Spain.
I actually got it in front of me, and you said for that one
2-0.
2-0. So it's not. I think everyone.
The thing is, in my head, I still see Spain as the giants they were in 2010. Do you know what I mean? And they're just not there anymore. They just don't have that. That was probably a once in a generation thing. Those players and for that World Cup, realistically,
that was basically their golden years, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, tell you who's supposed to be having a golden year, but hasn't really achieved so much is Belgium, who they've impressed so far this tournament, but will they make it the whole way? Because they seem to never be able to beat the big teams.
No, I don't think they will.
Well, they were against France. They weren't great last time out.
They weren't really that great tonight, to be honest. Even though they did win, they weren't. They didn't really impress me, to be honest.
Yeah,
first half anyway. Terrible.
They went 1-0 down to Denmark within the first minute and a half.
Yeah.
And then Denmark were on top for the first 20 minutes, and then as soon as Belgium brought on De Boyna, then
the Battle of De Boyna.
Yeah, as soon as they brought on De Bruyne, then things started to change for Belgium. But if Belgium have to rely on playing through Kevin De Bruyne, then that's how you target them.
Totally.
Especially for the big teams like also France, you can have a Kante marking about the game. Obviously, France got off their Euros with a 1-0 win over Germany, and like Germany have the same problem that Spain do in that they can't score a goal.
Yeah, they're struggling. Spain, Germany, and the Netherlands actually have all struggled recently. There's a real lack of number 9s across Europe. I mean, honestly, England are lucky to have Harry Kane up top, but England have always produced quality strikers. But so historically have Germany, the Netherlands, and Spain, but maybe not so much Spain. But they're really lacking, like finishing games off, not having that. I mean, genuinely, teams that have a fantastic striker usually go on to win the tournament. And if you don't have that absolute, just lethal finisher who can put every single, you need somebody who will just put away, even if you only get one chance a game, you need to guarantee that someone will score that. And that's why I think my money's on Italy, because Immobile has just absolutely finished everything that's been handed to him.
I agree with you there. I definitely think I originally thought France were going to walk it just purely because it was an instinctual thought, but now that I've seen Italy and Insigne, I think Italy are going to be definitely in the running. And I don't with strikers again. Harry Kane is that one person you'd want for England to promise to pop it away, because he just is the most clinical ever.
Yeah,
you need Harry Kane to be on sort of a golden boot run almost to.
He got it last.
He did. He got it at the World Cup. I'm saying he just needs to remember his World Cup form. Although cheeky hat trick against Panama.
Just because you scored that many goals doesn't mean anything, to be honest. Well, yes, obviously you can score lots of goals against teams, but it's about strikers needs to like perform in like the bigger games. If you can get a striker that can perform well in big games, no matter how many goals they've scored, you can go on to win the tournament, definitely.
They need a Drogba character.
That's even coming back to Wales and Kiefer Moore. They've got a big target man who they just aim balls at. Obviously lays it off to Gareth Bale, and he's a big number 9 that doesn't get you goals. It doesn't. He scored for Wales in their first game, but he's a big striker. And obviously, the big teams are missing a big number 9 target man.
Oh, save!
if they're struggling to just kind of launch, if they're struggling to just launch long balls forward, because Germany don't have that, Spain don't have that, but Wales seem to have that.
Yeah. No, I think this is we're set for a fairly good Euros. I think.
Yeah, especially these second round of matches. I think obviously the first round of matches, everyone's trying to get a feel for the tournament kind of thing. We didn't have that many shocks apart from Slovakia beating Poland and the Denmark-Finland game, which
was marred by off the pitch controversy. Well, it's on the pitch controversy.
On the pitch controversy with Christian Eriksen's it's now confirmed a cardiac arrest.
Wow.
What do you think about? Well, we're gonna have to talk about UEFA and what the decision was, because you can delay a game for Corona 24 hours, but obviously not for cardiac arrest.
Yeah, I mean, were the players not told they had to see out the match, otherwise they'd be given a 3-0 loss?
Yeah, wasn't it Schmeichel that said that?
It was either play the game later that day or play again the next day at noon before the rest of the games. And yet you can postpone a game 2 days for COVID, which makes no sense whatsoever. Especially
they're both endangering lives, plus it's on the pitch that it happens, so obviously players are going to they don't end up losing that game.
Yeah, that's the 1-0 to Finland.
Yeah, it's Finland, yeah. Nah, it's not right.
And they also, fair play to Finland, they didn't celebrate the first international goal in that game. So
no, there's bigger things to be thinking about.
Yeah.
That day football won, and I'm sure all of us at False 90s would hope Eriksen gets well soon.
Yeah,
100%.
Terrific player. I mean, yeah, apparently there was some heartbreaking where I don't want to quote shitey newspapers, but heartbreaking. Apparently, the first thing he said when he woke up, he said, "But this can't happen to me. I'm only 29."
Oh, fucking hell. That's really bad. No, it's a real shame for Eriksen, but at least you see the fans were singing. Both of them were Christian and Eriksen. Yeah, it was class.
That was quality. Yeah, that was quality. There's so much for obviously that's quite a big derby. So.
It's a kind of Nordic clash.
So that's
all the Nordic teams want to do over the other.
That's fair play to them to finish.
Yeah, but there is good news, and it looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel for Christian Eriksen in that he's looking to be fitted with a
pacemaker,
defibrillator kind of device, and
why in his career, no?
No, it's the same.
The one plays was.
Is
that the one that plays?
David Blind at the Netherlands plays with that as well, which could be a bit of a.
I think he came off upset after that game because you realising how close it could have been for himself as well. Yeah. Remember that? I think.
Yeah, of course. After the Netherlands Ukraine game, yeah.
When he was subbed, yeah.
Which it just shows that anyone can kind of suffer from this. Like, these are athletes at the height of their athletic potential, and yet
it just
shows it can happen to anyone.
And also even when athletes, it can go unnoticed because they may appear so physically fit and all the fantastic respiratory system, but then you have that and you don't know what's underlying it. But it's the best place for it to happen is on the football pitch. After everything that's happened, the defibrillators on side.
Especially if it'd be a hospital, but.
Yeah, you got to get the referee on how quick he got the medical
that was
team on.
Within 5 seconds he stopped the game straight away.
Yeah,
which was brilliant. And obviously the heroes that are the medical team at the stadium and the Denmark physios as well. Like they were able to kind of bring.
And the Danish captain, as well.
And the whole team standing around to block the cameras when UEFA didn't cut it.
Yeah, I think the fact that UEFA just kept on showing the pictures and the BBC, was it the BBC?
No helping, it was the BBC,
it
took them a long while to cut to the studio.
They don't have control.
But they can cut to the studio.
They can still, can easily cut. You can control what they're showing on their own channel.
Even for UEFA as well, for kind of continuing to show what was going on when he was being kind of having CPR happen to him. His wife had come down from the stands as well. Like you don't want that on camera.
Especially for everyone, and obviously him and his family. And obviously the
man, you're watching it back home and you see that and you think you don't want to watch that.
No, you don't want to see that.
Yeah, but he looks to be happy and smart, and hopefully he'll be he's getting better and that he'd be able to maybe.
Is he ruled out completely for the Euros? Yeah.
Yeah, of course he would be.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll be back. He'll be back playing soon enough.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It depends. I'd be very impressed. I'd be happy if I was him to walk away from that, and I'd been. I think he'd need a few more checks, isn't it, before he can play? If it's from his club, I think some people were saying on the BBC.
His club and his national team have to kind of put him through like a medical.
Yeah, it's
kind
a
of
medical.
you
Yeah.
have when you sign for a club. I think we'll have to put him through that and see if he's all right to play with this defibrillator device put in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we all hope.
Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness he's all better now. Well, somewhat now. He's on the recovery now.
Oh. Maybe check for this. Mega check for offside. Netherlands have just scored again.
So Dumfries, I think it was, got the goal.
Yeah.
Quick side note: is he the only player who's named after a place in Scotland at this Euros?
Oh, that's gonna be damn kid. Done.
What about fucking Scott Airdrie, who plays for? I'm joking. He doesn't play for France. There's no player called Scott Airdrie, but it'd be funny if there was. Oh, you know, just Darren Kirkcaldy who plays for Ukraine. It's like that Kevin McAllister that plays for was it Alexis McAllister, whatever that plays for
Alexis
Brighton?
McAllister plays for Brighton, yeah. But you said Kevin McAllister, isn't he the guy from Home Alone?
Yes, that's the Home Alone cast. Macaulay Culkin, aye.
Macaulay Culkin up front for Scotland.
The best name in football is still
Dykes.
Udinese striker Kevin Lasagna.
That's great. But yeah, I think this Euros has been quite exciting so far. The second round of matches have kind of really brought the tournament to life. I think every game in the kind of the second round of matches so far has been really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Nah, it's set up for a really good Euros. Yeah. Obviously, we're only now a couple games, second game in, but yeah, it's really interesting round of fixtures coming up. 100%.
Especially with the best third tiers teams. Like, I don't think anyone's officially out yet. Obviously, Turkey are pretty much out, but there are a lot of teams still in it and can still go through.
Definitely. And we're only one game in, so
exactly.
anyone could still technically, yeah.
But we'll move on now, Carl. You have a Euros quiz.
I do indeed. Some of them are older, past Euros, ladies and gentlemen. So, only gentlemen. So, and there's a couple of Scotland questions, and there's a couple of other questions. I also have a tiebreaker question in case if anyone gets the same. So I'll start off.
In us there, like.
So this one comes from the 1996 final. Yeah, do you know who scored Germany's golden goal?
Who was in goal for Germany?
Germany's golden goal.
Golden goal. Oh, was it Lothar Matthäus?
No.
Who else was in that Germany squad?
Rudy Voller.
Is it a guy called like B or something? That's all I can think of.
Is it Bremer? Andreas Bremer?
It's like beer math or beer talk.
Bierhoff.
Right, okay, yeah, I'm sort of going to give a half point each for you there. Because Garry did start off. Yeah.
Garry just kept on saying beer, I'm just like, oh yeah, Bierhoff.
Yeah, yes, Oliver Bierhoff, yes.
Oliver Bierhoff, ah.
So I'll give you both a point there. So this is for you, obviously Scottish. So we should all get this. Who was the last Scottish-born player to score against England at Wembley?
Is this Scottish-born? Do they have to necessarily play for Scotland, or
I think that's the point of the question.
Score against England at Wembley?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Come on, guys.
Dan Fletcher. That's not fucking. Nope.
Scottish-born.
Saying Scottish-born sounds like he doesn't.
Alan Darling. No way, he was not.
Could have thrown you off there.
Daniel Sturridge. I don't know. Frank McAvenny.
Daniel Sturridge.
Was it
Scottish
Frank
born.
Was it Frank McAvenny? I know he
No.
scored against England at Wembley.
No.
Lee Griffiths.
No, that was in Hampden.
I was trying to.
That was an electric game. That.
Was it? I mean, I know we beat us at Wembley 5-1 in 1982. The Thistle. Sorry, 1928.
This is the last player
That was
to
ages
score. Doesn't mean necessarily win.
We've only won 9 times at Wembley, so
That's not. Yeah.
It's
I
going to be
name
10 on
every
Friday.
player.
the last time was November 99. I remember. So, who scored in that game?
Ali McCoist.
Who-
Nope.
No, it was some shite player. It was. I feel like it was the 99 game because that's the last time we won at Wembley. But I have no idea.
You'll kick yourselves after this.
Was it a Celtic player?
Who did they play for?
He's an ex-Celtic player.
All right. I think this is a loss.
Really?
I think this is.
Right, I'll give you a clue. Right, I'll give you a clue. He's still in the current squad.
In the current Celtic squad?
No, in the current Scottish squad.
Scotland squad. Andy Robertson.
Yes, it was Andy Robertson.
Oh.
Oh. When was that then?
Was that
Well, it was. I remember
That's
that.
the last thing
We
I
lost
remember.
3-1. We
Yeah,
lost 3-1 in a friendly in 2019 or 18 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that
Give
one.
me
That
stats.
was
I was
bad.
thinking of the wins. Not
Yeah, same.
because
I think we did a good
I
time.
think
Good
Don
time.
Hutchins
That's
scored
why I
the last
said
winner.
not necessarily win.
Aye. Well, I got it in the end.
And that Scottish born player was just threes off. So,
Yeah.
so can you tell me
You
what was
said
unique?
ex-United player would have got it.
Aye. That was the next clue. What was unique about Italy's 1968 semi-final win against the Soviet Union?
Oh, it was won by coin toss.
Yes, well done, Sam.
What?
there you
That's
go.
mental. I did not
Yeah,
know
'cause
that.
it
Oh.
finished in a draw, and then it was decided on coin toss who goes through to the final.
Yeah.
I think
Was that before
See,
golden
Garry, you
goal?
learn something new
was
every single day on this
That was
podcast.
before they decided to do penalty shootouts. So they had extra time, and then they didn't have time to do a replay or something, and then they
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
decided.
you learn something new down here, Gary. You always learn something new.
This was in the rule that was about 2 pages long, so nobody knew what, the age of golden goal and stuff. Nobody knows what happens in a draw.
Yeah. So there's another. So there's 2 points up for grabs for this one. So the last time Scotland beat England was in what year, and what was the competition for?
1999 European
Andy.
Championship qualifying
Yeah, that was against
For what? For what?
for
Euro
Euro
2000.
Yeah,
You
Wait,
know what
hold
leg it
on.
was?
second leg.
Yeah, I'll give you both a point. So that was point for Sam.
I
and
got like 99% that first.
2 for Andy. I'm giving you 2, Andy.
Yeah, wasn't that Kevin Keegan's England? What a meme.
Right, this is still
Wait,
relevant.
that was a fun
Still relevant for the first that question. Who can you score? Can you tell me who scored the winner in that game?
Oh shit. What's his name?
That squad I used to know really well. Now I've forgotten them. Oh,
McAllister. Gary McAllister.
No. The winner for nah. Never mind.
Why is Kevin Nisbet coming to my head? That's definitely not right.
That's not right.
was he born then?
Huh?
Yeah, he was probably born by then, but he wouldn't be in the Scotland squad. He was like 3 years old.
What's the question again?
Who scored in
Who
that?
scored for the winner in the 1999 game?
This is annoying me.
Some
Hold on.
journeyman footballer.
Is it like? Oh, they had McCann then, didn't we? And stuff like that. I know the England team by heart. Funnily enough,
Don
I just forgot.
Hutchinson.
Yes, Andy.
There you
It
go.
was Don
See,
Hutchinson. There we go.
journeyman player.
So Andres Iniesta holds the record for the most Euro Man of the Match awards. How many has he won?
8.
9.
No.
4.
No.
Are we high or low?
Not telling you that.
6.
Yes.
Oh.
He does have 6 Man of the Match awards. So I don't know what was that for. I don't know what Euros this is, but who scored for England as they beat Germany in 1-0 in their group game? I don't know what Euros, but I'll find out in a second for
Would
you.
that have been Euro 2004, and would that have been Wayne Rooney?
No,
What Euros was it?
I'll find
One
out
of
in a
them.
second. Give me a second. It was Euro 2000.
2000.
Paul Scholes.
No.
Frank
not
Lampard.
Nope.
Was it 1-0? Was that 1-0 Germany?
No, 1-0 England.
Where was Euro 2000? Was it in France? No, that was World Cup 98 was in France.
The 2000 was Belgium, Netherlands, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Any more clues?
England.
Who was in the English squad in 2000? I
Beckham.
had no idea.
I keep thinking of the 2000, the qualifier one for 2002. Do you know
Fucking
one?
David Seaman.
Wait, he scored the goal.
Rio
Aye.
Ferdinand. John Terry. I don't know.
No.
Lampard.
Gerrard.
No.
Are you useless?
Michael Owen.
What position did they play?
Striker.
Oh, Gary Lineker. Alan Shearer.
Gary
Yes,
Lineker in Euro 2000.
Anyway, the answer Alan Shearer.
Yeah, it was Alan Shearer, yes. It was Alan Shearer. So this is quite
Of
recent
course
now.
it was, yeah.
So these are sort of recent ones. So Joachim Löw will manage the German national team for the last time in this Euros, but what manager will replace him at the end of the tournament?
Hansi Flick.
Hansi
Yes,
Flick, yeah.
yes. Okay. So, who's the former West Brom and former Rangers defender that scored in the Northern Ireland in their 2-0 win over Ukraine in Euro 2016?
Chris Brunt.
Niall
Uh,
McGinn?
Chris Brunt. No, it's not Chris Brunt.
No.
Chris Brunt.
Gareth McCauley.
Yes, Gareth McCauley that did score. I remember watching that as well.
He doesn't sound like Northern Irish.
I forgot he existed.
blame the schools.
Holy shit.
I forgot he existed. He's like 57 years old and he's still playing for West Brom.
He's up 600 caps.
No, it's you know those people that you think they're so famous and you forget they like it just you know what I mean? It just goes out your head.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Right, so we do have a winner, but I'm not going to say the tiebreaker question. We'll do it after, right? We'll do the tiebreaker question after, just for a laugh. So, we've got Gary with 2, Sam with 5, Andy with 4, 5, 6. Oh, well done, Andy. Someone take note of that.
on.
And the tiebreaker question I had, if anyone drew, I'm not going to give us any points, it's just for a laugh. Can you remember how many minutes that Ronaldo lasted in the final after injuring his knee?
69.
No.
21
That's
or
13.
No. There we go. I love guessing these numbers. Everyone just shouts out random ones.
420
I'll give you a clue.
minutes.
It wasn't that long.
It was in the first half, wasn't it? It was like 8 minutes or something like that.
No, it wasn't. No. He came back on, remember?
21 minutes.
Very close.
22 minutes.
Oh, here we
Wait,
go.
5 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I'll give you just
Just
to make it a bit better. Give you a point for that. So there we go. Andy wins the quiz.
It's not Marcus.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, because Marcus not on.
At least I got 2 right.
3. I gave you that one just to make you feel better.
Wait, I'm still left.
We can move on now to the predictions. Now, we predicted pretty much all of the first round of... We predicted all of the first round of the group stage games. I'm not going to go through everyone individually, but everyone who sent them in, so everyone except Marcus and Garry, got at least one dead on. So I got the Hungary Portugal score dead on, so 4 points for that one. Kyle, you got Wales Switzerland as a 1-1 draw, which it was. Andy got France to beat Germany 1-0 as a dead on score, and Lewis got 2 scores correct.
People had more faith in France than I did.
Yeah, saying that Belgium would win 3-0 and that Portugal would win 3-0 as well. So that means, obviously, a few people got the results right, but not scores. So for this week, it's actually Lewis that wins with 13 points. Kyle with 11, me with 10, and Andy has 8. So
shame.
close. Which means
he's only good when he in the SPFL ones when he actually turns up to them.
Yeah.
But that means for the Euros predictions overall, top. Actually, I'll go from bottom. So Marcus has 1 point.
Oh, tragic.
Then I have 10. Kyle is on 12. Andy's on 13, and Lewis is on 14.
Bad.
So that top 3 is very close. But we're going to go through every remaining group stage game next.
Long one.
We'll quick fire it. Who's got a pen and paper?
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it after. We're just apart from obviously the game that we're all watching.
So we'll start with
fire for the rest of them.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to predict Denmark Austria because it's like 9 minutes from finishing. But I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Netherlands. Sweden versus Slovakia is the first one.
1-0 Sweden.
2-0 Sweden.
2-1 Sweden.
You said
That's very quick. Oof.
1-0. Even I can't keep up. Andy, you said what? 1-0 Sweden.
2-1 Sweden.
2-1.
Actually, I'm changing mine to 2-1. That was a bit, 2-1. I think actually on reflection.
Get your own prediction, huh?
I don't think they can hold them off that much. Slovakia's still quite a good team.
Slovakia looks really good actually with Mac and Hamsik as well. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0, 3-1 Sweden. I think it's that.
Yeah.
Croatia, Czech Republic. You have the Group D game.
I think that's a 1-1 for myself. I don't think either team are that. Oh no, actually, to be fair, I think it could be 2-1 Czech Republic. Because they embarrassed us, but I think we were just not clinical enough. I think they're still a good team. But I think, they were really crap against England. Croatia, that is.
Tough one to call. I'm going to say, 1-0 Croatia.
1-0 Croatia. I'm going to go with I think the Czechs are going to win as well. I think it's going to be...
I think 1-0, 2-0 Czech Republic.
2-0. I was going to say 2-0 to the Czechs as well, actually.
2 2-0s in a row for them, that'd be a great start.
I think Scotland need the Czechs to win, really, don't they? Cause,
yeah, preferably. As much as it pains me.
And then it's the big one. England-Scotland.
Patriotic predictions are realistic ones now.
3-0 England.
I think that's both from Carl, isn't it? Both patriotic and realistic.
Oh no, that is realistic.
No, I think both. I think just because of the nature of the fixture and the history, I think it's going to be a very cagey game.
I think if Stephen O'Donnell played, it won't be a cagey game. But
no, it all depends on the. It depends on the squad. Yeah, totally right. I'm going for 1-0 Scotland. Che Adams.
Oh.
Calling it out.
I'm going cheeky 1-0 Scotland as well. Actually,
I think we'll get one lucky chance, pop it in, and have an 11-man defence for 80 minutes. That's what
I think David Marshall will get an assist. He'll hoof it upfield to Che Adams. Che Adams will lob the keeper.
To be fair,
I don't think I've been more nervous for a football
David
game
Marshall could score if he goes that far up.
Well, in FIFA, he's almost about to shoot there from anyway. So.
Nah, I think England are just too strong for Scotland.
You know what?
It's either going to be a 2-0 or 3-0.
I think everyone's been hyping up this game. I think it's going to be a shit game. I think it's going to end 0-0.
5 each.
No.
If it's 0-0, I don't know. The Scotland supporters here, but I would probably take a draw against England, just so they wouldn't be unbearable when they beat us.
A draw, and then...
No, we can't have a draw again.
When was the last time that
was
won at Wembley?
1999.
You just had
was
that
last time I saw
question.
one at Wembley.
Literally,
Yeah, you had that question.
From your
Oh.
quiz.
Yeah, I was just testing you. Come on, guys. Make sure you actually understood it. Yeah, I don't think the quality that England have. Obviously, yeah, didn't play well, but the first 20 minutes gives me hope.
I don't know. I think Scotland will come out fighting. If they pick a good squad, we're definitely going to be. We'll have to come out flying. Otherwise, there's no point, and we're going to get dominated because England are a class of superstars above us. We've realistically got not got the quality England have got, and I just don't. And we have to score the first goal. If we don't score the first goal, England have got it 100%.
Fascinating game. It's going to be an amazing game, and I'm working on Friday night.
Oh, no.
I was going to have it on in the corner.
It's just throw that COVID. To say
I
I'll
think
make
half
COVID.
Scotland's doing that. To be fair, half of the country's
Yeah, I think
doing it.
everyone is. Yeah.
We'll move on now to Spain versus Portugal. Sorry, Spain versus Poland. Sorry, shit.
Poland.
Poland, did you say?
Judging by how bad Poland were against Slovakia, I think Spain will do them 3-0.
Yeah, I don't see Spain nothing but lose. I'll say 2-0.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-0.
I think Spain, because Spain can't finish, I think they're just going to fluke this one. And I'm going to say
1-0.
1-0, yeah.
1-0. Yeah, I was either debating between 1-0 and 2-0.
Through like some shitty goal.
Poland are not great.
Yeah.
Poland are not great. One-man team.
They've got Lewandowski, but because Lewandowski can't do everything, has to do everything himself, he can't.
No, exactly.
Do you think their tactics is just give it to Lewandowski?
It's going to be.
Yeah, if you're gonna, yeah.
Looked like
it
anyway.
I don't think realistic you can have any other tactic at Poland, could you? It's like Leo Messi signing for like Brecon City. They're gonna hoof it up to him and him only. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
And the not big game in that's the final group is Hungary versus France.
4-0 France.
Oh no, yeah, 5-0 France.
France-Hungary. Oh, I mean, Hungary actually stalled out well against Portugal right until the end. So I think it'll be. I think it'll be
They
tighter.
conceded 3 late goals.
Yeah, but from 82 minutes onwards, that's what they stalled out right until the end. So I think it could only be. Let's say they keep it up again, but they learn from their mistakes. I think it'll only be 2-0 France.
I thought Portugal were just rubbish until Ronaldo switched on.
France
I
so
think
much
Hungary were
better
that
than
great.
Portugal.
I don't know if France are that much better than Portugal.
Oh yes, they are.
I think
Yes.
I originally.
I think Portugal beat Germany by more than France did.
Look at the amount of superstars in France's team, though. But it's just so compared to it's just no. I don't think there's any question about
That
it.
midfield and that attacking just. Oh,
Literally,
beautiful.
Pogba and Kante in midfield, and then Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann up front. It's just insane
quality.
how one country can have that many good players.
And Kimpembe at the back as well.
I thought Kimpembe would be a meme in the game against Germany, but it was actually really good. And I'm gonna go.
That's quality.
I'm gonna go with. Hungary did look dangerous on the break, so I'm gonna go with 5-2 to France.
What the hell? That's the most random result prediction we've ever.
I think it's going to be absolutely mental game because obviously France will go forward, but I think Hungary can catch them on the break once or twice. I also captained Mbappe for the fantasy team, so I think I want him to get a hat trick. Thank you. The other
His pace is unbelievable. Sorry.
Oh yeah, he did. He scored 2 goals, which were classed as offside. Well, he scored 1 and assisted 1, and both were offside just because he's just so quick.
He's quality.
The other game in that group is Portugal versus Germany, which I think could be really good.
That'd be exciting. I think.
When's that one?
100%. Something like that. Yes, a wee bit away.
Saturday, I think.
I thought it was Sunday, but yes, Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday at 5 UK time.
Portugal, Germany. 1 each.
2-2.
Portugal, Germany, 3-0 Portugal.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I don't know
Absolutely.
if they can't deal with Hungary for 80 minutes, and if they let Germany go about their business for 80 minutes, they probably wouldn't. Yeah, I suppose you're
Simple
right.
as though, Germany are pish.
Well,
They're
Portugal.
Asian side.
Germany are more finished than the team Kamara plays for.
But Portugal not great either. I don't think they are.
They've got Ronaldo. Obviously, they've got Ronaldo, but I think they are still quite a class team.
I don't think Portugal.
Well, obviously, yeah, they're a threat, but I don't think they're that great.
Portugal didn't look great until the Portugal didn't have a chance. They couldn't break down Hungary until like the 85th minute. So.
But they're one of the teams where they always carry a threat. Of course they do, but I don't think they're that great overall, to be honest.
Yeah, when you've got Ronaldo and when you've got Ronaldo on your wing, he's 100% going to be a threat. But I think it's the rest of the squad. It's the same thing again with, maybe not as extreme with Poland with one-man team, but it's definitely when you've got a definite gap in talent, it's always going to be a threat. But yeah, I know your point. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about it last time as well. Marcus got a bit annoyed in the group chat, but I genuinely think, I'll say it again, Portugal are a one-man team.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Fernandes though. Fernandes is very class.
But he's not been good in a Portugal top.
I don't think he has been good in Portugal. He's been too busy talking his efforts at United, but I think he would do though. But I don't know.
I think if he was allowed to take the set pieces for Portugal, they'd score a lot more goals.
Nah, but no chance Ronaldo's going off set piece duty, is he?
Ronaldo's only 3 goals off the all-time international record now, isn't he?
It's incredible.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's got the Euros. He's got the Euros record now, hasn't he? By
as much as I don't like Ronaldo, that's fair play.
Yeah, he's got the all-time Euros record. I think the interesting fact today is that Ronaldo has scored in more Euros than the country of Poland.
That just proves how poor Poland are in tournaments. They have good players and they have a fairly decent squad, like better than some other countries, but they just underperform every time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with a Germany win. Actually, I think they look dangerous and. They might get a couple of goals, so I'm going to go with.
I don't think Germany will win. To be honest,
I think I'm going to go with 3-2 Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going up to the final games in the groups now. So we start with Italy versus Wales.
Oh,
Italy, another 3-0, 3-3.
I think that's 2-1 Italy.
I was going to say 3-0.
Because Bale will pop one in, and then Italy will just dominate it from there.
Italy, absolutely had to shut down Gareth Bale. You don't think they've drilled that in training? He's the most dangerous player that they've been taught about. They've absolutely drilled him. He's
their only dangerous player.
He's their talisman.
Apart from the guy on the wing, whatever his name is.
What, Dan James?
Yeah. But just shut him down. You've shut Wales down. Wales are not a great team.
Last time.
Huh?
He just went for him, just took him out. That's what happened again.
Oh yeah. Wales. I always said Wales are not a great team.
Spinazzola will have Wales in his pocket. Not Wales. Specifically Gareth Bale, but I guess the whole country of Wales too. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
He covers about 60 kilometers a match.
Yeah. Yeah, and Italy are just quality, so yeah, I'm gonna say 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 3-0 as well. Netherlands have just won 2-0 against Austria. That game's just finished. Switzerland versus Turkey is the other game in Group A.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
That's got a 0-0 run over it.
Yeah, that has a 0-0.
That's a 1-0 snooze fest, I think. That is
a boring game.
It's not an exciting 1-0.
To be fair, at least Switzerland we can see them scoring.
I think 1-0 Switzerland.
But Turkey have looked no like scoring.
1-0 Switzerland, 100%. Yeah, it won't be an exciting one. 100%.
I'm still going 0-0. I'm sticking my guns with the 0-0.
Yes, me too, Andy.
I hope it isn't a 0 though, because it would be really boring to watch. But yeah, I can see that.
I think if Switzerland get a win, they'll be on 4 points and they'll probably want to go through. So I think they're going.
Pretty likely, yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with. And then Bolo looked quite good as well, so I'm going to go with a 2-0 Switzerland. We've got Finland versus Belgium for Group B.
Oh.
Belgium 2-0. No, 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. I think Finland might sneak one in.
Yeah, 2-0.
I think Belgium will crush their dreams and win 4-0.
Wow.
4-0.
Yeah, 2-0 Belgium. 2-0 Belgium.
But you've got to think about it now. But I don't know. Is it time yet for bigger teams like Belgium to think about? Do we need to start preserving players here? Do we really need to put them out?
But Belgium and Italy are the only ones who are confirmed to have gone through already. And I think Netherlands have as well. So
Yeah, that was just to go through.
yeah. So,
Aye, 6 points puts you through automatically.
pretty much. So I think Belgium will rest players. I think Finland as well will want to go for it because they're on 3 points. A point here would probably see them through. So I'm going to go with 1-1, I think. And the other game in that group at the same time is Russia versus Denmark.
To be fair, right, Denmark have impressed. Will they press tonight, even though they got beaten?
I think Denmark will win it. I'm just trying to think how badly they'll win it. I'm not sure when it's sorry.
Russia will be great. 2-0
Yeah,
Denmark.
they've not had their special home turf Russia juice since the 2018 World Cup.
yeah.
Mind you, they
2-0 Denmark for
Scotland in Hampden.
That's a lie. They're playing this in Petersburg, so
Yes.
But it's just not a couple years ago.
It's just, it's St. Petersburg. Sorry, I thought this one was Copenhagen, but yeah.
I think it'll be 3-1 Denmark. And
Did he still have that absolute unit up front for Russia?
Art Juba, yeah. Aye, 6'7" or whatever.
He's done nothing in the 2 games.
Everyone keeps going on about how dangerous he is, that he's so tall, and it's like that's all the commentators go. Oh, did you know Art Juba was 6'7"? He'll score a header, and he doesn't.
Yeah, but he scored one against Scotland, remember, at Hampden, and it just silenced everyone, and it was an outstanding header.
Yeah, but that's us. I wouldn't say we're exactly as defensively rigid as the Belgians.
It's not really rigid at all at the back, to be fair.
We got lobbed by a Minecraft character.
What?
And will an E score?
Because Patrick Schick's got a big square head.
Oh.
Yeah. Was everyone going for this one? Sorry. It's the end of the
3-1 Denmark.
I also said 3-1 Denmark.
I'm going to go with 2-0 Denmark. I think
that's what I said, mate. That's what I said.
Denmark 2-0 as well. And then we've got North Macedonia versus Netherlands.
5-0 North Macedonia. Pull it right out, damn.
Really?
Nah, I need to back one of my temes. Nah, I'm joking.
I'll put that down now. It's stuck.
No. Garry got to change his.
What if it happens and you'll be ruining yourself?
Yeah, if North Macedonia actually win 5-0 now, you can be kicking yourself.
No, Netherlands will win.
I would like to see them get a win. Come on, it'd be class.
Netherlands will win 3-0.
Okay, but it's your loss.
I think 5-1. I just want to see them get a goal, so I'm purely saying that for 5-1 Netherlands.
They've already got a goal, haven't they?
No, get a goal in this game
so far. So
but I want them to keep the streak going.
Yeah,
I think it'll be 4-1 Netherlands.
That must be absolutely buzzing for their country, just getting a goal.
Yeah,
absolutely buzzing.
We've not got one. I can't wait for Scotland to get one, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with. Let's see, it's Netherlands already through as well, so I'm going to go with another draw. I'm going to say 1-1. Andy, what you go for this one, sorry?
For the Netherlands, Macedonia, 4-1 Netherlands.
4-1. Alright.
I think even with the Netherlands B team, they should still do decent.
Yeah, and the other one which could decide the group is Ukraine versus Austria.
Ooh.
I've been really impressed with Ukraine.
Yeah. Oh, Shevchenko has them quite well drilled, and they're very quick on the counter. Loads of counter attack goals from them. So I think it'll be 3-0 Ukraine. I think Austria will be blown away.
Wow. Alright then.
I don't know. I can't really. I'm not impressed by either Austria or Ukraine.
I'm going to say one each.
I'll say 2-1 Austria. I think they'll just edge it.
Ooh. No, I'm gonna go with Ukraine when I'm gonna say 3-1. And then another one, it's Croatia versus Scotland.
I don't know. Croatia didn't play well, and I think
Either did Scotland.
no, but like
3-0 Scotland. No, 1-0 Scotland. Another 1-0 for us. Pip us through.
I think 1-0.
1-0 Croatia.
Well, typical Scotland. We'll be knocked out already. We'll be almost out, and then we'll start playing fantastic.
Yeah, that would. The amount of times you lose the first two group games and then win the last one against the big team.
I don't know. Are we going to start accepting? I don't know about you, but I don't know that. Would you take the England win even to get knocked out in the groups?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'd take it. I'd take it over like my left leg. A win at Wembley.
I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna say a Scotland win. I'm gonna say 2-1. But it's hard to kind of predict it when they've still got another game to play, so I don't know.
Yeah, no. I'd like to know after the England game. I'm probably going to change my mind, but
The other game in that group is Czech Republic England.
I don't see England. I don't see anyone but England walking that. So
yeah, I think England will beat the Czechs 4-0.
I think 3-1.
They'll make a mockery.
2-0. 2-0. I'm going to change that to 2-0 because I don't think they want to go to. Or they might even play a B team if England have already bossed.
So, yeah, if they beat us, they'll play a weakened squad. So I think it could be 3-1 England.
That might have been Stevie Clarke's plan to play a really crap team against Czech Republic in order to prepare for the England game. That's what I'm thinking. That's my hope. That's what's keeping me going right now. He wasn't injured. He was just resting.
A fake injury. Yeah, they're resting him for the England games, aren't they? Resting him for the final.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an England win as well. I'm going to say 3-0. And then the last four games, we've got Slovakia versus Spain.
Ooh.
2-1 Spain.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. 2-1 Spain.
They're not outstanding, but they'll win it. You know what I mean? They'll beat them.
Yeah, they should beat them, yeah.
I think it'll be 2-0 Spain. I don't see Slovakia scoring against the Spanish defence.
What Spanish defence? Reporter.
They're
French centre back.
You see, I do see Slovakia score. I think Slovakia are going to score. Not score. I think they're going to cause a lot of problems, and I'm going to say 1-0 draw.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So next up, we've got Sweden versus Poland.
Oh my god, this is so hard. Poland.
I think Poland will finally get a win, but they'll be knocked out by then. So I think Poland will win 1-0.
You see, I think this is Sweden all the way. So I'm going to say 2-0 Sweden.
Yeah. You got it.
Kyle, Gary?
Oh, I said 1-0, mate. I said 1-0
I
Sweden.
said 2-1.
A 2-1. And then the last two games of the group stage, first of all, is Germany versus Hungary.
I'm going to pull it out, right? 5 each. 5 all.
Oh, it's back. It's back.
I
Made a
actually
return.
think Germany-Hungary, it'll be 3-3. It'll be a German collapse. To match the Portugal-Hungary of the final group game of the last Euros.
Yeah.
So I'm going for the 3-3.
I think it's going to be mental as well. I'm going to say
I think 3-2.
I was going to say a 4-3 Germany.
Sorry,
You're going 3-2 Germany, yeah?
3-2 Germany, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of goals. If this one's a 0-0, it's going to be
Aye, we've all gone for mental scores for this one. It's going to be fucking.
We'll all get points, I think.
And then the last game is a repeat of the 2016 final. It's Portugal versus France.
France win it.
Portugal 1-0.
What?
Repeat the final. Portugal 1-0.
2-1 France.
Yeah, 2-1 France.
I picked a lot of 2-1s, by the way. I think that's my favourite thing to think. Just realised that.
That's a safe score.
Because
it means
goals.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You still watching the game? How many
I
times have you
finished.
seen that goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a fucking no.
How many times
you fucking classic goal replay. Jesus fucking Christ.
I bet you £1 million if
God, you think
Foden-
Gas has died and they're playing his eulogy. He
if
didn't
Foden
die, he just got
scores,
fat.
they're going to definitely do that celebration with a water bottle, 100%.
Yeah.
If Gascoigne scores, they're definitely going to not fucks. They're going to copy the celebration. You know what I mean? 100%. Yeah, Foden, with the haircut. Yeah.
I think that's the
I've just confused Foden with Kansas.
I'm going 3-1 France for that one. Yeah, that's a lot. This Euros is going to be insane. There's a lot of
hectic, yeah.
everyone's predicting some mental scores, so they might come true, or if not, it's going to be extremely boring.
Yeah.
But we'll meet up the next time we'll meet up will be when we know the round of 16 games, and if Scotland, England, and which teams have gone through, which teams haven't, which teams will play each other in the knockout round, which will be really interesting. I think the group stage is one of those stages where, yes, there's exciting games, but the tournament really starts when there's the knockouts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it always starts to fire up then.
Yeah, so we'll meet up again for another pod then. But for now, thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you again next time.
See ya.
See you later.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
The False 90s podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, and our website at false90s.wordpress.com. For updates, follow False 90s on both Twitter and Instagram. And a big thank you to Fransisco Aluear and his track Space Game, which is our theme tune. But the other
Enjoy
match...
it.
Yeah, sorry, you go on.
On you go, man.
There you go. I was going to move on, but you...
No, it's fine.